Yo, Dylan. Good to see you. Let's wait for some more people to join. Welcome, Arnold, as well. And Matt, good to see you as well. We'll start in 2 minutes or so to let some more people join. Welcome, Wes, De Vries, and Astral Eyes as well. And Slatan, of course. Okay, well, let's just get started, and then if more people join, they can join. As always, if you have a question, just let me know. For BTC, let's zoom out a bit. We had this. Let's delete this for a moment. We had this range, which we had been ironing. Right there. Let's get rid of this as well. Where we have tab 1 at the highs, tab 1 at the lows. And then here on the Bybit USDT chart, we have a slight sweep on that weekly open. And then that aggressive sell-off. But it depends a bit per exchange where you have a sweep. So on USDT, we have the sweep. But on the USD pair, for example, and on Binance, we did not take out the highs. And instead created like equal highs. So if you look at these highs, this one and this one, then it's not a clean sweep, but more equal highs. So that's a bit of a, yeah, it changes like quite a lot. If you have like a clean sweep, then it's still a good second tap. But right now it is not like a good sweep on every exchange. So that is a bit of a tricky thing because equal highs often act as magnets. So that would mean that it will not be weird for price to eventually still come back for those equal highs and then create a better distribution model to then eventually break lower. So there are basically two ideas right here, which is that either this is already the high and that we broke structure back to bearish, or that we come back up and then eventually still make a new high and then get that distribution. If we look at the range, then we have basically here tab 1. This can be potentially seen as step 2 with that move back in the range and then a sell-off again. But it means that we can extend the range if we just apply the rules. And then if we look at the deviation threshold, this could still go to the red line, which is the deviation threshold, and then come back in. And then it can still potentially be like a deviation kind of setup. So the reactions around current levels will be pretty important because bulls want to defend like this current zone and push price back into the range. If we fall back lower from here, then it's very likely that this was already our distribution range. And then from there, shorts make sense because that would mean that we have a confirmed distribution model in which a lot lower levels are likely. So coming week will be pretty important for the high time frame direction where the market wants to go. And tomorrow we also have FOMC numbers and CPI, or at least we have some important news events, so that can give quite some volatility as well. So coming week will be pretty important. And like locally, the things I'm looking at is, can we break back to bullish here locally? In that, I'm interested in longs back up into this supply/range high, and then look for just the reactions. So either we break back structure locally back to bullish and then look for longs. And then look, do we get a lower high right here for potentially an extended distribution model? Or do we get a move with a good sweep of those highs? And then we can start looking for distribution models. So quite a lot of ways how this can potentially be played. So yeah, it should be a pretty good week. If we look just locally what the structure is, then like main level is this right here, which is then the main bullish, bearish pull, low, lower high, low, low, lower high, lower low. So breaking that back to bullish would be the bullish confirmation of the potential accumulation model. But this one is pretty high up. So we can also watch, do we have structure into that local pullback, which we have. And that is this bearish count, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then we see that this is the last market structure high just below the main market structure level. So what we can watch is locally, if price can manage to push back into this level, where's my, right here, break above, that will be the 5-minute bullish break, which will be the first sign. And second sign will be breaking above there. If price manages to do that, I think we can then get it move into supply, which then will be the key reaction, what is going to happen. So pretty important levels to monitor, which is the demand just below, which is also a key level. And then just to see if we get acceptance back in this former range or not. Then we can also, as always, pull the volume profile to see where the value area low is. And that's pretty high up. So it's not like the cleanest, but definitely interesting to look at. And then more locally, we are just sweeping the low right here. So we can watch two buyers step in right here or not. And lower down, we have still this demand. So price can also come back for that demand and then push higher. Let's see. Is this a bit laggy? It's laggy screen. Oh. Yeah. Is it still laggy? Because it should be working normally. Is the sound also laggy? If it is, that be my internet should be working normal. Better. No, should be fine. Sounds good. No, audio is good. Sounds, it's not laggy. Okay, and it is better now. Okay, good. Hopefully it stays like this. Otherwise we have to figure out a way. But yeah, so key levels is breaking this 5-minute back to bullish, which will be the first sign of some strength. For now, it's pretty bearish. And then if we just go lower from here, this demand below is also, so putting an alert there to watch for the potential reactions. Maybe if it clears some levels. And here we can see the volume profile. It's not the best looking volume profile because it's pretty concentrated here in the middle. So like the good value area low is just here. So before you get like a good range acceptance, it's pretty high up. So it's looking not the best for the bulls yet, but they can still continue the main bullish pool, which is basically just still this one, high, higher low, higher high. And it depends a bit on which exchange we have, because here we have the sweep, so then you can count this as your higher low, this your higher high, and then we have that bearish break right here. But on the other exchanges, this are like the equal highs, in which this is then still, then this is the main bullish market low. So a bit conflicting ideas with which one to take, because based on this pool where we make a new high, we have like the bearish break structure right here, in which then you should expect, or the main order flow objective is a lower high for a lower low. So quite a lot of different outcomes, and for me it's just playing the local levels, which is to look for long triggers in the current region. If we do not get them and we just break lower, then my main bias is to watch shorts just on any weakness for lower. And if we break back in range, then just main attention here for lower high or for another sweep, and then watch for the reactions. So a lot of if this, then that scenarios. But yeah, probably tomorrow will be a big day with some extra volatility. So then we can watch for that. For now, daily is bearish with, what was it? P1, what is our daily low? Yeah, daily high right here. And now we have daily low at hour 14. So we know that if you get daily lows, we like to see them during New York and not during London, which was earlier the case. So this could potentially be a low in the making, or at least better, more likely low than it was, for example, right here, which was a London low. So if we look at the ICT kill zone, we see that Asia put in the daily high, and then London took it out. We had London low, again London low, and now price is taking out those London lows again during stronger New York hours. So if it's going to reverse, we know that right now the likelihood is bigger to put in a low than it was earlier today. However, for now, structure and everything is still pointing lower. VWAP is also bearish. So we definitely need to see buyers step in before getting bullish. For now, it's just a slow bleed lower, which is on the order flow also. Let's see what it is currently. Yeah, so we don't see like not a lot of action. We see open interest is pretty flat. It's mostly showing that there's not really aggression or anything. We like CVD is also pretty flat. Spot is also pretty flat. So there's not a lot of heavy positioning or like a lot of action. So that's what you want to see before getting involved. And if we go to 30, yeah, it's like very close to a point of control just below us. So that's a level where we can expect potential bounces from. And we don't have like a lot of single prints. So those are not really acting like big magnets or anything. So just have to see what happens from here. For now, bears are pretty strong, and this looks like the former top. So it could already be that this is the high for the week. and then just look for bearish bias. But for now, it's not worth shorting it right here. So either need to see that below here, then I see this as a bearish range, and then any pullback can be used to look for shorts, either here or higher up. This right here is still the highest probability level. And if we just break lower or get acceptance here, then you can look for scalp longs into here and then just write them up till you get your bearish confirmation again, and then look for shorts. So a lot of levels to look at, but just need some strength. Same is on USDT, which is breaking higher and therefore looks to be in the 1, 2, and this was the 3. And key level therefore is to hold above this swing point. So locally you have like low, lower high, lower low. And then if price can break above here, that is your internal bullish break, in which then a higher low for a higher high is likely. And here we have a lot of sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. So also for USDT, pretty important what happens here. Can it confidently break this internal back to bullish? If that confirms, basically range high is the technical target. And it is good for now. Let's see what is the highest time frame. Yeah, so 6 hour. So in 3 hours, the 6 hour candle closes. If it closes above here, then we basically have the confirmation that the accumulation is confirmed, and then higher is much likely. For now, it could still be that within the next 3 hours, this, for example, closes as an SFP, and then lower is possible. But for now, it looks pretty strong for higher, which then means that lower for crypto is more likely. Lagging again. I don't know why it's lagging.